Yasodhanandana Braja Yasodhanandana Braja Yasodhanandana Braja Yamuna Tira Yamuna Tira Jaya Radha Madhava Kunjarika Jaya Radha Madhava Gopi Jana Bhallabha Givaradhari Gopi Jana Bhallabha Yasodhanandana Braja Janardana Yasodhanandana Braja Janardana Yamuna Tira Jai Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Shri Radhe Jai Radha Govinda Radha Govinda Shri Radhe Jaya Radha Gopinata Radha Gopinata Shri Radhe Jaya Radha Shama Sundar Radha Shama Sundar Shri Radhe Jaya Krishna Balaram, Krishna Balaram, Krishna Balaram, Jaya Krishna Balaram. Jaya Gauranitai, 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 Jaya Gauranitai. Itago Shitanath Premanande Hari Hari Bo. Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Krishna Bhutale Shrimad Gopal Krishna Swami Tirani Prabhupada Sahityam Yapakasha Vitirasa Vicharan Kirvasya Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Desatarine Om Jnana Timirandasya Gyanangyana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manovistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamaya Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shiguro Shijuta Padakamalang Shiguru Vaishnavamscha Serupam Sagrajatan Sahagana Raghunatan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Sadvadotam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Visakam Vitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanam Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya 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 Reading from the Śrimad Bhāgavatam, Canto 3, in the matter of the status quo, Chapter 31, the movements of the living entities, text number 29. Sahadehena manena Bardhamanena manyuna Karote vigraham kame Kameshu antaya chatmana Sahadehena manena Vardhamanena manyuna Karote vigraham kame Kameshu antaya chatmana
Sahadehena manena
Sahadehena manena
Vardhamanena manyuna
Vardhamanena manyuna
Vigraham kame Kameshvantaya chatmanaha
Sahadehena manena
Sahadehena manena Vardhamanena manyuna
Mataji's.
Karoti vigraham kami. Kami sanchaya chatmanaha. Sahena manena.
Word for word meaning. Saha, with. Dehena, the body. Manena, with false prestige. Vardhamanena, increasing. Manyuna, an account of anger. Karoti, he creates. Vigraham, enmity. Kami, the lusty person. Kamishu, towards other lusty people. Antaya, for destruction. Cha, and Atmanaha, of his soul. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhakti-anugraha Swami, Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada K. With the growth of the body, the living entity, in order to vanquish his soul, increases his false prestige and anger, and thereby creates enmity towards similarly lusty people. Everybody please. While we are in the womb of our mother, actually we're praying to Lord Krishna to please get me out of this place. It's full of sufferings, full of miseries. Whatever the mother eats, we also get nourished because we're connected to that umbilical cord. So if the mother eats some spicy masala, full of mirchi, not black pepper, red pepper, or even green, so the baby inside actually is getting affected. And it says, previous to this verses, the previous verses says that we are covered with stool and worms eating our flesh. So we pray to Lord Krishna, please get me out of this place as soon as possible. I don't want to remain in this place. And Prabhupada says in one of the purports that even in a condition like we are right now, fully grown, if we're going to be in that situation, we will not last for a few moments. That's how serious, how heavy, how full of miseries and sufferings while in the womb of the mother. And then later on, when the living entity, the jiva, started to understand that actually it is worse outside of the womb. A devotee doesn't want to take that. Who is that? Sukadev Goswami? He doesn't want to get out of the womb of his mother. For 16 years, he is so afraid that he will be affected by Maya, that the material energy will attract him to perform sinful activities, to be engaged in sense enjoyment every moment. So now he prays differently. Now he prays, please don't get me out of the womb of my mother. I don't want to go out. But there is the air that will force the baby to go out of the belly of his mother. And when he took birth, after taking birth, then he'll be surrounded by his family. If the baby is a boy, he'll be surrounded by, let's say, the baby has a sister, and the parents, and the relatives. So he will forget that prayer that he was uttering while he was in the womb of his mother. Because now he's like the center of the universe. Everyone is like playing with him, pinching the baby face, talking baby talk. And then, now it started to develop. He thinks now that, oh, I am the center. And then when he still starts to grow up, like babyhood. From babyhood is like from birth till 5 years old. This is called balya. It's like the sweetest pastimes of Lord Krishna is in the balya lila during the childhood with Mother Yasoda. So now, it's as if there is no karma still inflicting the jiva. Still young. But then when he starts to grow up and he reaches, let's say, teenager, like 16 years old or 17 years old, he has a different outlook now of the world. The hormones starts to grow. For the man or the boy, start to have a little bit of mustache. Which means that the desire for sense enjoyment also increases. And ultimately, the desire to enjoy the opposite sex. The boy attracts the girl, and the girl attracts the boy. So why is that? How is that? In the beginning, it's not there, but then started to develop. So no one is free from this. Somehow, sometime or another, we were in this position. That the desire to enjoy the sense objects with our senses increasing day by day. And it says here, Prabhupada quoted from the 3rd chapter, verse 36. Arjuna inquired from Krishna about the cause of a living being's lust. Lust is the opposite of love. In the material world, when they say, let's make love, it is not let's make love. It's, let's make sex, let's do sex, let's have sex. Is that love? No. According to the Chaitanya Charitamrita, love only pertains to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The Jiva's relationship towards the Supreme Lord is eternal. This love is dormant in everyone's heart. But somehow, that love has been forgotten. That love turns into lust. How is that? When the jiva, always pure in nature, come in contact with the material energy, then we become succumb. Because we are in the territory which is not, we're not supposed to be. What is that? Gajendra's moksha? Elephant. Elephant is the king of the jungle. No one can defeat the elephant. If you get trampled, even by one of the toes of the elephant, you'll be finished. But he was defeated because he was in the territory, the water. That is the territory of the crocodile. Yes? So similarly, we are not supposed to be here, but we chose to be here due to our free will, this minute independence, that we want to separately be happy apart from Krishna, apart from God. And Krishna does not want us to be here. Who will want a parent to have the child to go homeless? There is home, wide open. But here in America, at the age also around 16 or so, you're free to go if you wish. Yeah, and it's not against the law. So we wanted to be happy. Then the material world was created. Not that Krishna wanted it, but we wanted to experience that happiness which is separate from Krishna. So the material world is there, but there is no happiness here. The material world is a platform whereby we will learn that, yes, I'm not supposed to be here. Let me go back to my original state of habitat, which is the spiritual world. And being in the material world, everyone is affected by the modes of material nature, namely goodness, passion, and ignorance. No one is exempted unless one is a Mahabhagavat, unless one is an Uttama Adhikari. unless one is a pure devotee of the Supreme Lord. It's like the swan can swim in the water. Underwater. But never gets. You see the feather of the swans, it seems to be always dry also. Waterproof. Or the lotus flower. Prabhupada gave the lotus flower being in the water but not wet. So, in the conditioned state, we want to lord it over the material nature, material energy. We want to enjoy, but we cannot enjoy. And therefore, the highest level of enjoyment in the material world is sex, or having that attraction towards the opposite sex. Or nowadays, same sex. That is perverted reflection of our real love. Our real love has been covered up. Having come in contact with the material energy, Prabhupada gave an example, it's like a rain cloud. The water, rainwater from the rain cloud is pure, but then when it comes in contact with earth, it becomes muddied. So that is not the real nature of the rainwater. But the nature of the water is still there. It just gets mixed up, but still you can remove. So, we are qualitatively the same as Lord Krishna, full of knowledge, bliss, and eternity. But in the conditioned state, we are full of ignorance, full of miseries, and our life is temporary. And this lust is the one that is keeping us always here. Prabhupada says in the purport of this 3rd chapter, verse 36, he acts in many sinful ways without hesitation, without caring whether what's going to happen to him or not. He's just continuously doing it again and again. And sometimes even against his will. It's like conditioned. That is the conditioned state. Against one's will, but he's being pushed to do it again and again and again. This is the perverted nature of the living entities in the material world. We're not exhibiting the natural bliss, because as soon as one thinks of one wants to be happy materially, his sufferings begin. Because he cannot be fully satisfied. He still wants to do it knowingly, just like Prabhupada gave an example. The mother, because of so much pain and love during the labor, the mother will say, that's it. This is last. But then again, after 10 months, pregnant again. Why is that? We are forgetful. Prabhupada says, the main difference between Lord Krishna and the living entities is that Krishna always remembers. And the conditioned souls, they are forgetful. It's like coming from work, we put our keys somewhere, and then we say, oh no, I forgot, I have to go back to the bazaar. He cannot find his keys. Just for a few moments, few minutes. So, we have forgotten Krishna. And why is it that Krishna always remembers? Anybody? Huh? Trikalagya, yeah, he knows past, present, and future. Because his Maharaj. That's why he's Maharaj. His form never changes. His form is eternal, 16-year-old boy. Unlike our body changes every moment, every second. Every 12 years we have different cells. Our cells completely change. And what to say of after death? We have forgotten what we were before. So, we are influenced by this lust. It is lust only. Who is the most only, which is born of contact with the material mode of passion and later transformed into wrath, and which is the all-devouring sinful enemy of this world. Everyone wants to love, and everyone wants to be beloved. To love and also be loved. And the whole world is propagating this love, but they don't know really what is love. For them, love is sense enjoyment. Therefore, when the living entity comes in contact with the material creation, again, that love transforms into lust towards the material energy. Even though we are superior in nature compared to the material energy, the tendency is that we become succumb to the misidentification of the body to be self, ourself. That is the cause. That is what we call bodily platform or mental platform. When we say bodily platform, that is mental platform. The mind is always making plans, trying to make comfortable, properly situated, but looking in the wrong direction, looking outside of ourselves. And therefore, the lust, we think that that is the goal of life. Now, lust can be wealth, opulence, prestige, and position. Now, the thickest part is the position. Wanting to maintain one's position even though he's not any more qualified, or one is getting old, he's not able to function the role. Just like here, the president of US of A, Biden, is way beyond his age to function. I've heard that sometimes when he speaks, he forgets what he's going to say. Is over beyond his capacity due to his age. So that is lust. That is position. That is prestige. Wanted to remain the president of the greatest country in the world, but not be able to do it now. It's a crude example. But every one of us, we are also wanted to maintain, to a certain degree, that mentality. Wanted to keep up, even though we're not capable anymore. That is lust. In Chaitanya Charitamrita, lust is compared to iron. And love compares to gold. Both are metals. And there is no value for iron. Nowadays, no. Iron is useless. The value anyway. But gold, yes. Even if you have a silver coin, the silver coin is no value now. They look for gold coins now. So the love is the opposite of lust. So lust, if one is lusty, Prabhupada says one should read the 10th canto of the Śrimad Bhāgavatam, especially the Rasa dance part. But one should not speculate. One should read under the guidance of an advanced devotee. Why did Prabhupada give the 10th canto immediately? That is the topmost part. That is considered to be the face of Lord Krishna, because the Śrimad Bhāgavatam is like compared to the transcendental form of Lord Krishna. First canto, second canto, like the lotus feet, and then third canto, fourth canto, the thighs, the abdomen, the chest, and then why? How is it that Prabhupada gave the 10th canto? And the 10th canto is specially meant for the Paramahamsas. Paramahamsa means swan-like personalities who can extract milk from water. Topmost devotee, Paramahamsa. Why? Because he thought he is not able to finish the whole Śrimad Bhāgavatam, so let me give the main course. It's like in the meal, main course is like the main dish. It's going to be offered, most relishable. And it says that if one is lusty, you should meditate on the center of Lord Krishna's eyebrow. Govinda's eyebrow right there. Meditate on his eyebrow. Usually, since we are in this topic, brahmacharis, be careful to look on the Matajis if you don't want to be attracted that much. Usually, the Matajis can attract you by her eyes or by her eyebrows. This is what the Bhagavatam says. When the Mataji started her eyes started to something, magic will happen to you. If you look directly, you'll get attracted. The Matajis, there's nothing wrong with the Matajis. It is our intention which is wrong. It could be wrong. So, lust, when not fulfilled, it becomes wrath. It becomes anger. They're like brothers and sisters. They go together. When one cannot fulfill one's desire for fame, for wealth, for prestige, then one becomes angry. How can you tell if one is angry? His color changed. What color? Red. Red is the color of passion. It's like, have you seen a sports car, Formula in white? No. White is goodness. Mostly red, isn't it? Lamborghini, Ferrari. All of those are red because that is a mode of passion, driving fast. And it's like a child. You can see from the eyes also, becomes red. The lips starting you to bite. It's like they said when they saw Prabhupada, his lips started to curl. That means he's upset. But the pure devotee of the Lord, they can be angry also. Like Hanuman. He was angry against Ravana. One can be angry also if we are being criticized, if we are being blasphemed. A genuine devotee doesn't become angry because he is not in the bodily platform. He's beyond that. But if another devotee, he hears criticism and blasphemy, then he'll become angry. And the Shastra says, try to defeat that person who is blaspheming, criticizing others, a devotee, through logic and argument. If you cannot do that, you cut the tongue. Be sure you have a knife with you all the time. No, don't do that. And then if you cannot do that, then better walk away. You better walk away. If you know some devotees like that, you can tell them, Prabhuji, I want your association, really. But if you start blaspheming devotees, criticizing devotees, because if you hear criticism and you don't do anything about it, you become part of that. That's mode of ignorance. You become part of the aparad, Vaishnava aparad, which will be the cause of one's fall down. And fall down means not having the opportunity to have the association of Vaishnavas. Ramananda Roy was asked by Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, what is the greatest suffering in this world? Ramananda Roy says, apart from being not with the devotees, that means if you're separated, that is the greatest suffering. There's no kind of association in ISKCON. We don't go anywhere, right? Only within ISKCON, but they come here. Some of those who are not in align with Srila Prabhupada's teachings or instructions. There are some other societies, but they come here. So therefore, we have to be careful not to commit any offenses. It'll be the cause of one's fall down. And love will not be developed. Jealousy and envy are not love. Sometimes in the material world, husband and wife, they love each other, but they are also thinking that I am being cheated. I'm being cheated. So jealousy starts to be there. Envy starts to be there. It will be the cause of their separation. It'll be the cause of their separation. In the material world, love is only there, so-called love, when one's sense gratification is being provided by the partner. And if there is no more sense gratification the partner can provide, then there'll be breakdown. In the spiritual platform, love is there even once suffering will be there. It's like the feeling of separation, which is the topmost. The love between Krishna and the gopis, the feeling of separation makes them become more and more bonded together. Their love becomes intensified because due to separation. And it is great suffering. When Lord Krishna went to Mathura, the inhabitants of Vrindavan, whom Krishna is their most lovable object, when he left, everyone seems to become fully, no more life. No more life. Then when Akrura came, or who is the other one? It's like he's always with Lord Krishna. He's the last person to have darshan of Lord Krishna. Uddhava. And Uddhava himself, he doesn't mind to be a creeper. in Vrindavan as long as he is there, where Lord Krishna will pass by and be smeared by these Brajaraj that touch lotus feet of Lord Krishna while he's walking. So when he went to Vrindavan, Uddhava is a Jnani Bhakta. He's a pure devotee, but more in the knowledgeable one. Lord Krishna wanted to show to Uddhava the love of the gopis. He wanted to go himself, Lord Krishna, but he was stopped because if he goes, he may not return to Dwarka because of the love of the gopis. So when he came, everyone thought that Lord Krishna returned because they have similar features. Bluish black collar, everything. He even lent his dhoti. And the only difference is that Uddhava doesn't have this peacock feather on his head. Only Lord Krishna has that kind of feature. So when he was there, he was like surprised. The love of the gopis, especially from Srimati Radharani. Srimati Radharani's love is like the topmost, Mahabhav, is madness. That she was talking to a bumblebee, chastising the bumblebee. You better go to your master. And Uddhava realized that this love, the genuine love of the inhabitants of Vrindavan towards Lord Krishna cannot be surpassed by anyone. That's why Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told us to follow in the footsteps of the Brajavasis. So we have to reduce our lusty desires. Every one of us has lusty desires somehow or another. The sannyasis, they're supposed to say no. Know how to say no. That's sannyas. Sannyas means like that. Everyone is being attracted. As long as we have this material body, Durga Devi will make sure that we don't want to let go. This is her duty as a Vaishnavi, a pure devotee, to put us into illusion and to keep us here, bound by the ropes of the three gunas. Srila Prabhupada says, some, they have gold, ball chain, the prisoners, they have this heavy ball and then chain to their leg. Some of them is like golden collar. Some of them is silver collar. Some of them is iron collar. Which means that position-wise, status-wise, one may have lots of money, beauty, strength, education, and others, maybe not. They have holes in their pockets. They don't have place to stay. They're poor. They don't have anything to eat. But we are all bound in this material world. And to the degree that we are in the position in the society, to the degree also that lusty desires is there. The more we are attached to our material body, the more it's very difficult to get out of these lusty desires. So we have to purify our senses. The Bhagavad Gita says, our senses has to be controlled. The mind has to be strong, peaceful, not flickering, not going up and down, sometimes moody, sometimes sad, sometimes happy. The mind should be under the intelligence. Intelligence has to be sharp. We have to gain knowledge, divya gyan. We have to read Bhagavad Gita, Śrimad Bhāgavatam, and other books written by Srila Prabhupada. We have to eat only Krishna Prasad. Don't eat in any vegetarian restaurant. Now, vegetarian restaurants are growing. If you go to Edison in New Jersey, there's an oak tree road there. It's like every door or every store is a vegetarian restaurant. No. Karma is transferable. What you eat, cooked by non-devotees, will definitely affect us. The consciousness of the person who cooks is transferred to the grains, to the beans, the lentils, and so on. How did you think that Ajamil got affected? He was a Brahmana because he was cooking the food cooked by a prostitute. Sinful. But he doesn't know that he was doing sin. Yeah? He was chanting Narayan's name not to counteract his sins that he was doing, which is not really sin. In a sense, because it is a sin, but he's not knowing. So the effect is less than if you know that it is a sin and you continue doing it, then the degree of punishment becomes more severe. That's right here. So, intelligence, and we have to understand, we have to realize, we have to always think, this is consciousness, that I am a servant of Lord Krishna. Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. I am His servant. He is the Supreme Master, and my duty is to serve Him. If we are always thinking of the instructions of the Spiritual Master throughout the whole day, 24 hours, thinking that He is besides me, that He is watching me, there is no fall down. We are protected by the Supreme Lord. And therefore, lusty desires will not creep in. The lusty desires will calm down. The degree, when one is having a fever, the fever has to come down. So we all have this fever of having the tendency to enjoy the material energy. And the only solution is to be Krishna conscious. And Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu made it so easy by chanting the holy name of the Lord constantly, without any offenses, and not to offend anyone, any jivas, especially Vaishnavas. Then one guarantees to go back home, back to Godhead. That's Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's instruction. Then we'll be free from all of these unwanted desires, anarthas. Anarthas has to be uprooted. Lust, anger, greed. Lust, anger, greed, madness, illusion, and envy. Envy especially, very difficult to give up. That's why we're still here in the material world, Srila Prabhupada says, because we are still envious. And to the degree that we are also the conditioned souls, envious of Lord Krishna, envious of Lord Krishna's position, like Hiranyakashipu, who is the epitome of topmost demoniac mentality. So, we continue on with our program, but chant with no offenses. That's why we are kept being reminded every day after the morning program. We recite. We recite the 10 offenses, yeah, to remind us that we have to do this. Unless we chant purely the holy name of the Lord, then we will not go back home, back to Godhead. Nevertheless, if we're still inattentive, keep chanting. But having in mind that one day I will become free from the offenses. I will have to do it. I have to be in that platform. It will come. Okay, we stop here now. Any questions or comments? Apurva, Prabhu?
So, your point is very well made as far as
Hare Krishna.
eating in the restaurant, grains specifically.
Only at Govinda's.
However, there are different amazing bars that Dr. Bronner's came out with one. If you go to Wegmans, they have...
Dr. Bronner's, the famous soap.
Yeah,
We use those soap.
great bars that
Great bars.
are not cooked.
Bliss bars or something, right? Or donut, Planet Donut. What's that?
No, that's grains. I'm talking about dried fruit, not things,
Or just fruits, dried fruits,
also chocolate.
chocolate. Oh, that sounds good, Prabhu.
Yeah, one called raw red.
What's that?
Raw red.
Raw
Red.
bread,
Red.
ref.
It revs you up.
Okay,
I mean, it's healthy.
it's healthy.
Yeah.
Okay,
And
be careful. There's a lot of sugar there. The one who has cancer feeds on the sugar. Cancer goes very, very fast.
no, these don't have any sugar. It's all natural, like dried fruit dates.
Yeah, okay. Still sweet. Sugar free. The sugar is free. It's okay. For young people, I think they can do it, but at our age, I don't think we have to. Maybe once in a blue moon, it's okay, but it's not healthy. Sugar or alternative. But it's okay, less sugar. It's like sometimes they will prepare sweets for me, and then they will say, Maharaj, there's only little sugar there, little sugar. It's not much, just little. There's still sugar there. We taste a little bit. I have never heard of that. I'm sure you're very familiar with this kind of Maharaj. Yes.
If one goes on the street now, chanting Hare Krishna,
Mm.
to people, you can make offenses also against the holy name, or giving the holy name to other people by the order of Lord Chaitanya. Is that protecting oneself against offenses? Is my question.
No, Maharaj. No.
I mean,
The holy name, when chanted purely, will, to the degree of the kirtan leader and the kirtan participants, the purity, to the degree that will affect the conditioned souls. They need it. I chant even in the dog. I says, go Ranga. Whenever I see a dog, when we go japa walk, that could be the only time that the dog will have the opportunity to hear Gauranga Mahaprabhu's name. And that purifies him somehow, I hope. So, no. It's your purpose which is more important. Your purpose is to spread Lord's holy name. So it is not an offense. Otherwise, Sankirtan, how are we going to spread Lord's holy name? If we're thinking that, it'll be an offense if I give, even a person who's eating meat, at the time that you're doing Harinam, he gets benefited because the sound vibration is the one that affects the heart. Someday, in their future, they will also chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. Jai! His Holiness Mahavishnu Swami K. Jai. Okay, one more question, Mataji. Right there. He's like a young man. He has a lot of energy. Apurva Prabhu. Yes.
Thank you for the wonderful class words. But I was thinking, when a child is born,
Can you put little more?
I was thinking when a child is born,
Yeah.
their intelligence and senses are not quite developed.
Not yet.
Very, very low. And
Yeah.
so I'm wondering, where did you get intelligence to pray in the womb?
Oh, because it says there, because as a jiva, he remembers his conditioned. He's being conditioned inside. It says there, a devotee, jiva, inside. Yeah, you have that, you're conscious at that time. Prabhupada says if we are put into that situation, even for a few moments, we will not last. So, but then he forgot as soon as he get out. He prays. This is what the Bhāgavatam says.
I understand the forgetful part, you forget. I'm wondering also if every child prays, or is it just a few?
I don't know, but that's what it says, the Bhāgavatam.
It says fortunate souls.
Fortunate souls, yeah, fortunate souls, yeah. A sinful one who is there, decided to take birth in that certain particular family, he may not understand that. Like, how about Bharat Maharaj? He was in a deer body and he remembers. These are rare souls. Yeah. But for us also, somehow, maybe. We cannot really ascertain who is who. It's like when Narad Muni stopped the demigods, Kayadu. The demigods didn't know that Prahlad Maharaj is inside the womb of Kayadu. They didn't have a clue. But Narad Muni can tell. So, yes, let's just say it is really full of miseries. It is full of miseries. So you don't want to suffer anymore. You've been beaten by worms. It's like sometimes the baby will come out from the womb of his mother and you can see there are some marks in the body. These are worms eating the flesh, tender flesh of the baby. Prabhupada says from the birth till age of 5, you can have the child do whatever he wishes to do. You don't have to stop. But then, after, at the age, like say, coming into 6 years old, then you have to tell, no. This is right, this is wrong. Don't do this, don't do that. 5-year-old, the consciousness started to develop as well. Yeah. So your question, as Sanatan Prabhu would say, fortunate. I've read somehow it's like a devotee. Fortunate, a devotee, he says there. So not everyone is a devotee, but they're all covered up, but still devotee. Very rare. But then he doesn't want to come out. First he wants to come out, then after some time, no. I stay in the womb of my mother the whole time. But then, no choice. There's this life air that will push the baby out forcefully. Okay? Yes, one last question. We have a meeting soon. Vrindavan. Yes.
Hi, Krishna. Thank you for class. I had a question and kind of a comment on your remark about the danger of Mataji eyebrows.
Yeah?
My question
Is it true? Is it true or not?
first, my experience before becoming a devotee is that women are seen very much like the object of enjoyment. And that's very well known. Right?
Yes.
Devotees look.
Yes.
But then it's been my experience also that you come into the temple and now, without knowledge, now you're not the object of enjoyment, but you're the object of fear.
Object of?
Fear.
Fear.
Fear. And so,
Oh.
I'm just wondering if you have any advice. You've given advice to brahmacharis. I'm wondering if you have advice for the Vaishnavis, the brahmacharinis especially,
Mm-hmm.
who are living in the temple, trying to do service alongside the men, where it can come off as cold or rude, or it can be very difficult to communicate. You're thinking, you don't even want to look at Mataji for fear of her eyebrows. What to say to hear her speak? Or Yamuna...
Always, yeah, I can understand. Yeah.
So how do the Vaishnavas deal with that?
Always, as much as possible, practice that most important instruction from Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Trinadapi sunichena taroriva sahistuna amanena manadena kirtanaya sadahari. One should be ready to offer respect to others and not expecting respect from anyone. Now, it takes a lot of humility to practice that. Be humble than a blade of grass and more tolerant than a tree. Do your service nicely. And if you are humble, you will not be the loser. Loser. You will always be recognized by Lord Krishna. Being proud in Krishna consciousness is very, very difficult to get rid of, especially when one is being recognized as a good devotee. Just do your best, and if you are having a problem with another devotee, maybe to consider how to rectify that devotee, is you tell to Hansarupa Prabhu. Let Hansarupa Prabhu deal with it. Huh? Huh?
Experience is not only in this temple.
So wherever you are, there are some senior Matajis, senior Prabhus. It's not a complaint. It's just like for your information. That's it. Hopefully. Yes, Mataji.
Did you ask who was the last person to have darshan of Lord Krishna?
Uddhava Prabhu.
But that's not who is Uddhava, the whole Uddhava Gita, right? What Krishna taught him.
That's what I've read. That's what I've read from the Śrimad Bhāgavatam.
To the Himalayas, but remember sitting under the banyan tree, it was Vidura and Maitreya, because Uddhava left. So he was-
This is the information I received.
What did you say?
Vidura and Maitreya. This comes after.
Haridwars is sitting in
Yeah. This is in Dwarka,
Prabhas Chetra.
Prabhas where Lord Krishna was shot by the arrow from a hunter. Huh? Yeah. So this is from the Bhāgavatam. I didn't see Krishna at the last. It was from the Bhāgavatam.
And as far as children under 5, I mean, Srila Prabhupada said we should be lenient.
Yes.
Doesn't at all mean let them do.
Oh yeah, lenient. Lenient means you still tell them, what is proper, but they will not have that conception that I should follow. Let them do they wish, but you also watchful. Never lose sight of the child. Don't let him just run away, everyone here and there.
Right, because they like boundaries very much, actually.
Yes. Okay, we stop here. Thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Śrimad Bhāgavatam ki jai. Nitai Gaur Shitanath Pramanande. Hari Hari Bo. Hare Krishna. His Holiness Mahavishnu Swami ki.
Meeting here or somewhere?
No, ask him. This is the problem. We will lose. The meeting is in 10 minutes. Class was okay?
Yeah. Last time they should not bring this water.
Yeah, you don't get. This is inattentive. Inattentive.
There is 15 minutes work they can do after. Call the devotees, they can do it. Like vegetable cutting,
This is America.
normal day is okay, but it's festival.
Huh?
Normal day is okay.
Yeah, festival time. Is it okay, Prabhu?
I need a ziplock of this. Like a ziplock. Because it is falling always.
Don't forget this, huh? I'm gonna go use the washroom again. Huh?
Telephone?
I have. Hi, Bo. Okay, we're 10 minutes.
10 minutes?
For, I think,
Prasad?
no, I already took Prasad.
You already took Prasad?
Yeah. I think I should be here because in the car, I may not be able to. The network will be like not stable.
It will be stable. Network is, it's New York City, so it's not going to be.
Hey, hi, Bolt.
Fasting for what? Hey, this is fun.